Hey there guys, welcome back to another Monster Super League video. It's your boy Odin, and today I wanted to go over the Tower of Chaos event and pretty much to show you some team compositions that you can use to beat each of the levels. We're going to start with floor 50 and move on our way to top floor 100. And I just kind of wanted to go over each boss and what they do and what monsters you can use to bring to each one of the floors to help you beat it. I know when I first started playing the game, it was really hard for me to get past floor 80. So we'll talk about a couple of monsters that might be able to help you beat the event with a little bit of ease, and as well as giving a little bit of guidance to new players who may not know much about Tower of Chaos and might need some help with their team building to basically get past floor 80 and up to floor 100. As you guys know, Tower of Chaos gives you about 1,000,000 gold in rewards, about 400 Astro Gems every month, and as well as Holy Gleam and a free Nat 5 essentially after you beat floor 100. So definitely good to do Tower of Chaos on free day, and I was saving today to do the event just because I wanted to make a video on it. I've been meaning to do it for the last 2 months, but unfortunately I always seem to complete Tower of Chaos in auto mode, and I was never able to record a video because after you beat each floor you can't go back to it to repeat it. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys my team. My team right now consists of 2 fire Drakas, but I also use the Varuna, which is a stunner and a damage dealer, and I also use the Woodshot Yaksha as my leader, just because she has 2 turns on the sleep. It is crit reliant, so that means you have to have a 100% chance to crit in order for it to work. But I do okay with mine just as a 90% chance to crit. She generally lands the sleep, and if she doesn't do it, then the water Varuna usually does. So all in all, I'd say those are probably going to be your 2 go-to stunners for Tower of Chaos, just because they're a little bit easier to work with and they're generally easy to get from the summoning pool. Other characters that are really good in Tower of Chaos are, for example, the Light Tiger. The Light Tiger has same thing as the Yaksha, which is a sleep, 100% chance to put the enemy to sleep for 2 turns with critical hits. So again, you kind of have to build them in crit or crit rate attack, or two crit gems if you don't have 100% percent chance to crit. I took my gems off of all of my monsters this past free gem removal day, just because I wanted to do a little bit of reworking. So I won't be showcasing the Tiger today, but I do use him in Tower of Chaos because he is a light type and the floor 100 boss is a dark type, so he does really good damage, especially with his hunter skill on the active. So that's another mon that you can use. Sometimes, I mean, the fire Dracs are kind of the staple mon just because they're, that puncture on the 5-star active skill is just so good. Plus the 100% chance to restore 50% of allies SP allows you to kind of get their active a little bit quicker. And if you have them gemmed as good as I have, you can generally, 1 or 2 shot the boss at the end, and he's probably the best damage dealing mon in the game, but there are actually quite a few others that you can use, including, and let me go ahead and do elements here. You can use other damage dealers. A really good damage dealer that is generally easy to get is the Gatito. If you happen to be around when the Gatito event was up, then you at least managed to get at least one. And he's really good for Tower of Chaos, particularly the boss stages, because he does so much damage. There's very few other mons that can come close to his single target damage, and he's just kind of a really good Nat 4 that you can get from the summoning pool during the Gatito event, or at least from the exotic event that used to come around. I'm not entirely sure how that's going to work out with the new special Astro chips, but what can you do? Alright, so without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and get started on the Tower of Chaos. And I will go ahead and just fast forward through some of the levels so that you guys see the 50th, the 60th, 7th, 80th, and 90th, and 100th floor. And I'll tell you guys, what you can do to beat each stage. Alright guys, here we go. We are at the floor 50, and in general I would say that for Draka you want to bring water type mons, but my team is pretty good, so I can kind of generally one shot or two shot him. The level 50 reward is a Holy Gleam, and as I said before, in general you want to bring at least one or two stunners, and I choose to use the Wood Yaksha because the leader skill increases Alex critical hit damage by 40%, and mine has a level 6 variant skill, which means I have 45% extra critical hit damage. Both of my Drakas have 100% chance to crit, and so does my Varuna, and the Wood Yaksha is sitting at 90%. So let's go ahead and start. The waves are pretty simple in floor 50. Most of the mons aren't too difficult up until you get to level 85, and we're gonna go ahead and just kind of auto through this real quick. And you guys can see Varuna is actually one of the best characters that you can get for Tower of Chaos, just because the stun is really good and useful. And as you guys saw, both the Yaksha and the Varuna land their stuns. There's one. Alright, she resisted, she has fire. Alright, and now for the boss. And I'll go in slow mode just because my monsters can pretty much one-shot the Draka. So I'll just do it slowly so you guys can see kind of how you can do it. So in general, you want to kill one, stun the other if possible. And then if you can, you should try to stun the boss as well. We'll see if Yaksha stuns it. And see, look at that. And you put it to sleep. So that gives you a free turn basically to stun the fire Draka, and then you can use another mon on the second turn, and she stunned him again, and that's how you want to beat floor 50. Stunners really do make Tower of Chaos a little bit easier, so in general I'll always tell you guys to build stunners. Alright, and now we'll skip forward to floor 60. Okay guys, here is floor level 60. And the boss here is the Wood Shinobi, and the boss is going to have the same skills as the Wood Shinobi does, which is a stun on the active and a thirst, I believe, on the first 3 stars. So he's just going to do sap on you and stun you if he gets off his active. We're just going to auto through the first 3 waves here. I'm using the same team as floor 50. Again, the Wood Yaksha and the Water Varuna are really easy to get from the summoning pool, so I definitely recommend you guys to build one of each, and they are pretty useful, and they can really help you beat this Chaos, Tower of Chaos. Alright, there's a stun, and she resisted. And again, I'm mainly just kind of avoiding one-shotting the bosses. So you guys see, some of you guys may not have, really hard-hitting mons. So I'm going to try to play it like as if I don't have anything, any good ones. And he's going to do his active here on me. Oh, I guess I stunned him. But you guys see how useful the stun goes. He does have retribution every 2 turns, I see. So retribution is something you kind of want to counteract with a healer. But I'm pretty sure that there's a lot of fire mons that you guys can use to kind of just beat him up real quick. But as you guys can see, the stun really is what helps you pretty much go through these levels. If you don't have any hard-hitting mons, the stun can really help you out here, especially from the Water Balrona. And as you guys saw, he barely even hit me once or twice. And that's it for floor 60. We'll see the reward here. And the reward is 10 dragon sigils, which again helps you get the dragon gems. So, okay, we're going to go ahead and skip to floor 70. Okay guys, we're back for floor 70, and the reward is 300 Astro Gems. It's going to be the Fire Balrona, and the Fire Balrona has Elemental Edge on the 3-star skill, and I believe it has Heal on the 3-star skill and Elemental Edge on the 5-star skill. And again, we're going to auto the first 3 waves because they're pretty easy. And again, you guys can see the sleep and stun come in pretty handy. Alright, so for the boss, you generally want to use a stun. And, you know, if you really wanted to, you could stun both of them and maybe focus on the boss. But I like to just, you know, get rid of the ads first. For example, this guy will be gone, and now you can pretty much stun her. And you guys see the 2-turn stun really helps a lot. Alright, one more. She resists the stun. And the sleep landed. Yeah, we're just gonna finish her off. And that's it for floor 70. And the reward is 300 Astro Gems. So not too bad, pretty easy. You can bring water mons for her. And that's it for floor 70. We're going to go ahead and skip to floor 80. Okay guys, here's floor 80, and the reward is a legendary secret egg, which has a small chance of becoming a nat 5. And the boss is going to be the Dark Odin, and she has 20% health and 20% SP regeneration on the 3-star skill, otherwise known as morale boost, and then she has defense down on the active skill, and I believe she also does retribution every 2 turns as well. And we're going to use again the 2 stunners and 2 attackers method. You can use the water Victoria for this event as well. As a leader, generally I like to pick the Yaksha because crit damage is a little bit better if you have, you know, some fairly decent crit rate on all your mons. It'll just help things go a little bit faster. And as you guys can see, this first wave is going to be wood, and the second wave is also going to be wood. But the fire Drakas can handle this pretty well. This is the reason why I told you guys that if you can build 1 or 2, build them both, or at least one of them. Okay, there's this stun on the 1, and 2 stuns. Okay, now that the 2 monsters are dead, you want to stun the boss if you can. Otherwise, she'll just keep healing every turn. There's the stun. And she's already stunned again. And that's how you beat floor 80. So again, 2-turn stunners are the way to go. And the Wood Yaksha and Water Balrona are probably the 2 best mons to bring into that, aside from the Light Tiger. And that's it for floor 80. We're going to move on to floor 90. Hey guys, so unfortunately For some reason my video got cut off on floor 90, so we're gonna go ahead and skip to floor 95. I'll have to repost floor 90 again next week, but it's pretty much the same as floor 80, and you just want to stun the two guards, and then obviously stun the boss, and it shouldn't be too bad. Floor 95 is Light Arthur. He's a little bit harder to beat than the other floors, so we're going to go ahead and just show you again that stunners kind of help out with this level here. And sometimes I auto battle the waves, but I would say that for floor 95 and 100 you generally want to do it by hand, but the light Banshee is not hard at all. And as you guys can see, if you stun two of them, it shouldn't be too difficult to get to Arthur without anybody dying. Again, that 2-turn sleep and stun work great. Usually with Fire Draka, by the second wave, you have at least, you know, the puncture available. So there you go, stun one, stun the other. And as you guys can see, the Fire Draka just hits so hard, it makes Tower of Chaos pretty easy. Alright, he resisted. The second sleep hit, but I'm gonna go ahead and burn it. And that's how you beat floor 95. It's really the stunners, guys. If you guys have 2 stunners and 2 damage dealers with some really good gems, it can be easily cleared. And we're gonna skip to floor 100. Okay guys, we finally made it to floor 100. We're gonna be getting the heroic secret egg as the reward, and the boss is gonna be the Dark Hades. The Dark Hades has Curse and Fulminating Curse as its skills. Curse is the 3-star skill, Fulminating Curse is the 5-star skill. And again, we're using the 2 stunners and 2 attackers method. Now for the water purse, or for the dark purses, you definitely want to do them one by one. I don't recommend auto unless you have a really good team. I can auto, but I choose not to, just so I can show you guys how to do this, because they can hit pretty hard, and I'm sure some of you are going to have a little bit of trouble with this. So in general, you know, the stuns, the 2-turn stuns really do come in handy here. And as you guys can see, after the Draka on the Siphon set gets the full bar, the second round is pretty easy. Now for this boss, you want to stun him first, just because he does hit pretty hard with Fulminating Curse. And I'm gonna send the Draka first. And then the Yaksha. And she resisted. Do this one more time. See, the Fire Draka is just so good at doing damage. Resisted. Resisted again. Sorry guys, I meant to drag that on a little bit longer, but I guess that's as far as that goes. Alright, so we got the heroic secret egg. If you guys need help with your team compositions, just leave me a comment in the section down below, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Let me know what types of monsters you have, or which monsters you're thinking about using, and I'll let you know if you guys can use them or if you should replace them for somebody else. So we're going to pick up the egg here. Looks like it's already in my box. And I am going to be opening up the heroic golden egg, which we got from the login event for the 3-year anniversary. So we're going to first start with the legendary secret egg. Oh, getting a nat 5. Oh, wood Garuda. Okay, I'm happy about that. That'll be my 3rd wood Garuda. I can use them for the light or the dark moss Titan. So that was a really good pull there. Alright, got another water Shiva. I have enough to Evo 2 or Evo 3 2 of him now. And here's the heroic golden egg. Hopefully it's a light or dark. And we get a wood nightmare. Alright, well that's pretty much it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed my Tower of Chaos clearance guide. If you guys need help, again, just let me know in the comment section down below. And consider giving the video a like or subscribing to my channel if you'd like to see some more, or if you need help with anything else. Just again, send me a request in the comment section down below, and I'll get back to you guys on the next video.